You're listening to the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. We talk life, food, relationships, and have fun with all of it. And now here's your host, comedian John Hill.
Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of a very special episode of the Comedy Food Truck Podcast. It is part 2, yes, of the Mark Christopher Lawrence interview. So we want you to listen and enjoy, but we also want you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can make dollar bills, y'all. All right, here's the show.
It was going so well.
Mark, what, maybe one or two of your favorite either characters or projects that you've been a part of or movies you've been in?
Yeah. Well, usually it's theater that I like the most, like all the August Wilson stuff that I've done, the piano lesson.
Yep.
I loved playing that part of Boy Willie, and I played Gabriel in Fences,
nice.
Down here in San Diego. Both of those were excellent.
Oh, wow.
But then film wise, I in TV, you have to go with Chuck. Because Chuck was probably my longest running series. And we did 5 seasons, and then Fear of a Black Hat, just because the trust that Rusty had and letting he'd come in with a skeleton scene and say, look, this is what we have to say to move the story, but do what you do. And
wow.
And so we're really like, remember that movie, This is Spinal Tap?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Fear of a Black Hat is a rap Spinal Tap.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
These guys love Spinal Tap.
So it's kind of like a fake documentary kind of thing.
Yeah, mockumentary.
Yeah, mockumentary. Okay.
Yeah, mockumentary. Yeah, and we were a rap group, and we spoofed a lot of people. Like when the group broke up,
That's awesome.
We spoofed a bunch of different other groups. So it's
That's awesome.
It's funny, but don't watch it with your kids.
Right. Well, it's got to be a better rap spoof than what's that? The one Malibu. I just remember that was in it.
Oh,
CB4?
Jamie.
Yeah, CB4 wasn't bad.
Good. Was good.
Yeah.
What's that guy?
they
Jamie
had-
Kennedy?
they had-
Kennedy.
We shot right around the same time. They had $10 million, and we had $999.99. They didn't want to say they spent $1 million on this movie.
Wow.
And CB4, although we started before them, they got out of post before us because they had a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
and they didn't do well, so we ended up on 10 screens nationwide.
Oh.
However, I get recognized from that and Chuck more than anything else in my career.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And my mother saw the premiere. I was in Canada doing comedy, and so back then I had a pager. So my pager buzzes. It's a message from my mother. I listen to the message. She says, "So I saw your little movie," and then there was a sigh. She says, "I had to go home and repent." and then she said, "But it was pretty funny."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Did you have to show your booty?" She went with a friend from church and my sister. So,
Nice.
Great.
Brought the
so good.
pastor to watch it.
That's so good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, topic shift.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get there in a second, but I hope it doesn't bother you too much. I want to ask you about Chuck, because Chuck's one of my favorite shows of all time. I just loved it. You and the storyline with the swordfish being stolen just cracks me up. But I just want to ask about your experience on that show and what that was like for you. How did that change your career, if at all?
It was a great experience for me. I auditioned for that part of Harry Kane. I didn't. There was no big mic role when I auditioned, and then they wrote that role for me.
Okay,
That's cool.
And first 2 seasons was really the most fun for me because the writing staff that we had at that point, there were several of them that wrote great stuff for me. Mm-hmm. And then by the 3rd season, there was this shift that happened because NBC never really wanted the show,
right?
Because they had to license it from Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. There became this thing, try to save the show. So Subway, they put Subway sandwiches in, and they tried it with a few people, and then when they tried it with me, it clicked. And so then it became, my job became coming in to eat a sandwich, which got boring.
Right.
Yeah.
But and as far as it changing my career, I think it didn't do a whole lot real fast, but I think it gave me more credibility
Okay.
Even though, I've been doing this for a long time and I know my talent. I'm good at it. I'm not, not to boast or anything, but I'm good at it.
You are.
It's like I'm good at comedy and I'm good at this. And while working, it was just fun being around the people. I mean, it was a huge cast. We had 10 series regulars.
Yeah.
And everybody was like cool to hang out with. It was like, cool. Really a great time. Yeah.
Yeah. So the burning question is, I keep hearing Zachary Levi talking about trying to get the movie going. Is that ever going to happen?
I don't know. They just brought back, what was it, Night Court. And some of those people aren't alive anymore. So anything can happen. If Zach wants it to happen, I mean, he's in a good position to try to push the envelope and make it happen because he's so busy and doing so well right now. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love for that to happen. But one thing I want to ask you, and this is where the topic shift will change. We haven't talked a whole lot about your comedy, but I'm curious what got you into doing stand up and how is that for you? I know it's something you enjoy, obviously. But what is
my 10th grade teacher?
Really?
Mrs. Schilling.
Okay.
So I did a speech called Stagger Lee, which I won, I think, the state and national tournament with. And she brought in a former student who had also done that speech. It was oral interpretation of literature. And so it was a piece of prose. And Perry Brents is his name. Perry was at USC at the time when he was kind of coaching me for the speech. And he said, "Man, you are really funny." He says, "You should be doing comedy." And so a good friend of mine and I started working as a team. And then Perry came in and looked at our stuff. And he put me on one of his shows that he produced at USC called Evening of Soul. Gave me like 3 minutes. And, and I didn't really know how to put together 3 minutes. So he kind of showed me how to do it.
Yeah.
And that was my first solo performance was there. And that was funny. And then so Lennon and I decided, hey, look, we should put you up at the Comedy Store, do potluck. So I did that and was funny with 3 minutes and really didn't have an act. And once I got to college, I kept doing open mics and stuff and got funnier and funnier. When I graduated college, went on the road with a few guys. And so I look at it now as my day job.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you do watch your day job too.
Mrs. Schilling was very, and she was part of the reason I do comedy and I'm an actor.
Wow. That's a big influence.
And I tried not to go to that high school. I wanted to go to Southgate, because they had a better football team. And God was like, "No, you ain't going to Southgate. You're going to Dominguez."
Well, that's where it was Dominguez. Yeah.
And he said that through my mother. Ain't nobody got time to be jumping through no hoops or trying to find an address for you to go to Southgate. Your brother and sister went to Dominguez. You can go to Dominguez.
That's so awesome. I was at Lakewood, man. We used to play all them dudes, and they would always kill us. I mean, Dominguez.
Oh man.
I was in the Moore League, so we had Poly, Compton, all of them. They every time, man, it was like we're gonna get waxed.
Yeah. Poly was a beast and still is.
Yes. They were the absolute beast even back then. But yeah, it's both football and basketball, man. We used to just get clocked every time. But we could beat Wilson and Milliken. They were the white guys.
They were the white guys.
I remember wrestling a guy from Lakewood at a tournament, and he had pulled the wire in his braces out with a pair of pliers.
You're kidding me?
Gosh.
And so he's standing on the scale. He gets on the scale and weighs in. And at the time, I weighed about 182, but I couldn't beat our guy at 182. Okay. So I wrestled up at 202 because I knew I could beat that guy.
Yeah.
And so I get there. This dude is 202 pounds of muscle had pulled his wires out of his braces.
Jeez.
And I looked at my coach, and the kid was smiling. So all you see is the studs. I look at my coach. I said, are they gonna make him wear a mouthpiece? I said, because when I cross face him, he gonna cut me up. and he was just big and strong. He had no moves. I just take him down and let him go. Take him down and let him go.
That's hilarious.
Just score points. Score points.
But it's pretty intimidating. You stand there on the scale.
Yes.
And this dude gives you a smile, and all you see is that hardware in his mouth.
And he's just picking his teeth with what he pulled out. You know,
Wire.
Yeah, the wire. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
And apparently he did it that day.
What?
Because it was bugging him. So
my gosh.
He just pulled it out.
Oh,
I'm just gonna fix this. I'm just gonna fix this right now.
Wow.
Right. Now, in my defense, when I was in college, I pulled a tooth with a pair of pliers.
Nice.
Are you
That's
kidding?
the kind of man I am.
Man, I can't even front. My dad tied a string to my tooth, was going to shut the door. I was freaking out. There's no way with these pliers.
Before I pulled the tooth, that's what I did. I tied a string and I slammed the door, but I kept taking a step.
Yeah.
So finally, it was Thanksgiving Day. So finally, I went and got some pliers and yanked it out of my head.
Oh my goodness.
It was killing you though, right? It was
It
hurting.
was killing me.
Yeah, that
I
is
was
crazy.
wishing I was dead.
It is crazy pain. That is crazy pain. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the feeling, man. Yeah,
man.
yeah. I would yank it out with a pair of pliers if I had to. Yep.
Man, that dude from Lakewood probably went on to do like WWF or something. You know, he probably did like.
I bet you he did. I bet you he did.
Yeah.
Still got the braces on his teeth.
Yeah. That was probably his name, like in the wrestling, like everybody welcome Brace Face, you know, or something. You know,
Hardware.
hardware.
Right? Hardware.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I didn't know that dude. I didn't know that cat, but yeah, they did have a good wrestling team at Lakewood, though. That was about it. But,
Yeah.
I know. And baseball, actually, they're really good at baseball. But yeah, football and basketball, we were no good. That's all right.
Jeez.
But hey, cool. Any other questions, guys?
I'm good.
No, everybody's good, man. Mark, where can do you have a project you're working on now? You said the Tyler Perry thing's coming, and then
Yeah, I leave. I head over to Atlanta
Nice.
on Tuesday, and then do those 5 episodes, and then straight to South Dakota to do Christmas at the Cathedral.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So I'm glad the strike is over because, like you said, you know, everybody can get back to work. I know they run out of content. I'm sure with the amount of time everything was off. They probably had some stuff in the can, but that can is empty now. I'm sure.
Right. I bet it is.
Yeah. So they can get back to work and we can see more of you. But where can people connect with you? I mean, do you have like a website? Do you have social media places? Where can they find you?
Yeah, my website is markchristopherlawrence.com.
Okay.
You can email me through there, but Instagram is what I'm on most.
Okay.
So you can all my bugs for social media is at the bottom of my website. You go to the page and scroll down.
Nice.
You know, my acting reel is there. My comedy reel is there.
Okay.
You know, so you can see what I'm doing.
So yeah, people want to. I mean, they're booking shows or they're, want to come see you, whatever. They can find it all on the website and they can connect with you.
So
If your church house want to bring me in, just
Right.
go right to the website and shoot me an email.
Yes, we've had him in our church a couple times. Mark is great for churches, for corporate, for all of that. He's amazing.
Yeah.
You were going to say, Ray?
No, I was going to ask about your stand-up comedy dates. Are those on your website?
I don't have any right now.
Okay.
It's like,
funny.
because all of a sudden I was busy and
Working so
so
much.
I got nothing. But usually I post like a couple of weeks out as I'm getting up to shows, and everything that I post goes to the website in a feed.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just because if you're local, I'd like to go and check it out. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I'm in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And San Diego is a great comedy scene, by the way. But yeah, I mean, it's I think it's cool. But yeah, it's kind of got to be a juggling act, I'm sure. To you want to go film, you want to get your jobs in, but then comedy dates and
Right. How do you do
doing all of that and managing the schedule. That's a lot to do.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes you got to cancel dates, and people get mad at you because you got to cancel. But it's like, do I go do your $150 gig, or do I go
Yes.
get this $50K? Yeah,
Yes.
tell me
Right.
what you would do.
Right.
Like you mad.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah. Do I go make
bills.
a year's worth salary for most people, or do I just $150? Boy, I'm just really torn. I really want to go do that little show of yours.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Like I had a guy, get upset because I had to cancel because Tyler Perry called, and it's like,
Right.
for us.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Don't know what to tell
it's
you.
5 episodes.
Right. Well, if you ever do have to cancel, you can always tell them to book me, and they won't know the difference.
and I always offer to give them a list of people that they could get.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your name is definitely on that list. So there you
Nice.
No, it is. It's one of the best parts about clean comedians especially, but even comedians in general. I always heard it was going to be all cutthroat, and I'm sure there's parts of it that is, but I've noticed that most guys are pretty cool, and once you get to know them, I've done that. I've referred guys to shows. I've referred people. They've referred me. It's happened. That's
They're
kind
more
of
like a colleague than
it's
competition.
a nice little fraternity. I mean, it's a nice little thing. Once people know who you are and what you're about. Yeah.
I think a lot of the young cats are a little more cutthroat than the older guys. Like when I was growing up, it's like I had several headliners take me under their wing. It's like, I'd go on the road with them. They'd write tags for me.
Yeah.
They
cool.
try to tighten my act up. And then one of them, Jack Marion, who used to open for Lenny Bruce, he told a booker up in Canada, this guy had 31 one-nighters. We go up and do like 20 of them.
Yep.
And sometimes we get to the gig and Jack would go, hey, just do enough time to get the money.
I gotta
be honest.
The actual bell goes off. Bing. Well, that's it for me.
Oh, man. Bruh,
Ding,
because
ding,
this
ding.
one gig, the owner comes out to meet us outside the club. The club and the hotel is the same building.
Yep.
He's got a big black eye. He's telling us, if we look in the club and there's like 10 people in there already. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And so he goes, yeah. He says, I got a big old boy that's going to be at the door. Don't worry about this black eye. He'll make sure that doesn't happen. When we get to the club that night, the big old boy is drunk too. And Jack looks at me and says, just do enough time to get the money.
Yeah, just survive. Just get off.
Keep the car running.
But right. And so Jack was like the first comic that told somebody that they should headline me. He told this guy, he says, hey, you should headline Mark. He's hard to follow.
That's cool.
And,
Right on.
And so the next time I went up, he called me up and said, hey, can you pick up Mitch Hedberg in Seattle?
Nice.
He's going to open for you. And so, I opened for Mitch.
Wow.
Mitch opened for me for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And then next thing I know, Mitch was blowing up.
Yeah. Mitch is hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was great. He didn't have a lot of material then, but he would make some up to do his half hour.
Yeah.
And the stuff that he made up on the fly was crazy funny.
That's cool. Sometimes the best part of comedy shows is like with the comics, like off the show, like just hanging out, just whether it's before, after, whatever. That's the best part sometimes.
Yeah, well, the last time we worked together, we had a good time laughing. So.
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I dig it. So, but yeah, and I appreciate you, Mark. I mean, hey, real quick, with Christmas coming up and everything, a couple kind of crazy questions, like what is a gift you hope you get, and what is the best gift you're going to give this Christmas? Of course, we'll air this after Christmas, so that way it doesn't blow it for whoever. Whoever you're going to say.
The best gift I hope I get is a new house and a Bentley that works with the house.
Oh, nice.
And
That works with the house. What like matches
you
the...
can have
Same
you can have a
trim.
Bentley in a cottage.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
A house that befits having a Bentley. I got you.
Got you.
Exactly. Can't be living in Mama's house, going in
Can have
Compton
your-
and roll it up in a Bentley. People, why he living with his mama? He got a Bentley.
Got your Bentley in the carport.
Right.
Studio tiny home.
Right.
And usually I get, my sister gives me the best gifts. So
that's
so
cool.
I'm kind of always looking forward to seeing what she gives me.
Yeah.
Like a couple of years ago, she gave me this alligator skin wallet.
What?
And
Nice.
and it was a vintage wallet, and it's like I like exotic shoes, so I'll wear like alligator and ostrich and stuff, and so it was like, and so when I finally broke it out this year, I took a picture of it and took it. I said, "Hey, thanks for this. This is great." She didn't even remember giving it to me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
She said, "I gave you that."
That's so funny. That's great. No, that's awesome. What about a gift you might give? Is there something you're kind of working on for somebody?
I don't know. I don't know what is going to be the best gift I give. Like my daughter, I just ask her for a list, and so I just get her everything on her list.
That's funny.
And then I think the person that I like to buy stuff for is my great nephew. I think he's going to be 5 this year.
Yeah.
Or he just turned 5, and so. I think for him, I saw this Nerf gun that it's like a Gatling gun. It had like 2 cylinders on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm buying that for him or if I'm buying that for me.
Just buy two.
But somebody is going to get it.
No, that's great. Kids are great to buy for. That's still for me the commercial side of Christmas. For me is still for the kids. You know, when you get a little older, it's like,
Yeah.
You know, but people give themselves Christmas all year now. It feels like. Scott lives over in Orange County with the rich folks. So
Hey. I'm going to give my wife some aquapana.
Oh, look, water. Bougie water.
Bougie water.
Thank you.
He's going to get himself a set of monogrammed ascots.
Yeah, and an ascot.
Yeah, monogram.
Right. High back chair.
Cool. Well, Mark, again, thank you for being on the show and give us some of your time before you take off, man, for Atlanta.
Yes,
and
thank you.
We appreciate you. And just encourage everybody listening to check out his website, but definitely also look for the movie Bringing Back Christmas.
Bringing Back Christmas. Streaming already on
That's the one
Amazon.
with
There you go.
that's what I was gonna ask.
Go
Yep.
get that, and then when the Tyler Perry series drops, make sure you watch that, and then. If you can make it out to South Dakota before Christmas, maybe you can catch him in that.
Right?
Yeah. But seriously, man, thanks for being on the show, bro. I love you so much, and thank you for giving us your time.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Mark.
you.
Man, thank y'all for bringing me on. I really appreciated it. It's like, this has been fun. I was actually laughing before we actually started talking. Just listen to y'all's conversation. It's killing me.
I know, man. Anyway, but let's do some more work together, bro. Obviously, and maybe sometime maybe I should just be a road dog for you at some point. I think it'd be cool to just roll out.
As soon as I get new dates for my rooms, I'll bring you in on all of those. So,
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Yeah, that'll be fun,
Yeah.
and we'll do some more shows next year for sure. But anyway, appreciate
Right on.
you, man. Appreciate you. Be safe in your travels, and
Thank you.
and we'll see you soon. All right, cool. And I guess for everybody else,
Merry
go ahead.
Christmas, guys.
Yeah,
Merry
and-
Christmas, Mark.
Hey, in the chats, everybody, if you know Mark Christopher Lawrence's work, put in your favorite character, movie, title, something in the chats to let us know, and where you've seen him work, or like Ray, I guess you can go on Wikipedia and fake it.
Brother number 2.
Where I'm 69 and dead.
That's right. I know you wish you had the royalties from Uncle Phil, but
Ray, probably a better place to look for movies and TV, IMDb.
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew that. I did that on purpose.
That has a better comprehensive list.
Yes.
Right.
Although some of my stuff comes before there was internet, so some of it is not there.
Yeah.
But most of it is. So according to IMDb, I have 100 plus TV and film
Wow.
appearances.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit more than what they have.
Of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Wikipedia. No, I'm just kidding.
That was intentional.
We'll be praying for you, Mark.
All right, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Well, everybody listen.
All right.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks. And as we always end the show so eloquently, we're out.
We're out.
See you guys.
See ya.